Hello friends, welcome to Mindset Change with your sister in prosperity, Carol. Change your thinking, change your life. Welcome. Now, before we start our video, I want to thank my old subscribers and I also want to thank my new subscribers. And I also want to thank those people who have not yet subscribed. Please subscribe to my channel and know you are always loved and you are always welcomed to my channel. Now, let's start. Now, our topic today is how the energy you emit always comes back to you with the same measure. Once more, how the energy you emit always comes back to you with the same measure. Now, always know that we work with energies. And a wise man said, if you want to understand the secrets of the universe or the divine, think in terms of energies, vibrations, and frequencies. Now, be very careful with the energy you emit. Because you have heard people say, what goes around comes around. And others say, karma never misses an address, and it's very true. Sooner or later, the energy you send out, either positive or negative, will always locate you, and you will always be served with whatever you served to other people. Now, this is how the matrix works. Whatever actions or whatever energies we send out, they are usually stored in the Akashic Records in the heavens. And they are also stored in the planets and the stars, in the skies. And they usually wait at the right time. Now, at the right time, you will always be served with whatever you served to other people, whether it was negative or positive. So it's up to you to become a deliberate creator of your life. Emit good energies so that they can come back to you with the same measure and they can help you to prosper you, instead of them working against you because they were negative and keep you stuck in the comfort zone. So you see, always become a deliberate creator, always emit positive energies so that they can come back to you and prosper you in all your ways. Because now you have to know that whatever energy you send out, either positive or negative, it will always come back to you with the same measure. That is how the matrix works. You'll be served with whatever you served. Our ancestors knew about this. That is why they said, when you do good to yourself. When you do bad to yourself. Because they knew the power of the energy you send out, that will always come back to you with the same measure. They knew. And our ancestors, they followed these spiritual laws to the tip. So even us, in this present moment, we should follow these spiritual laws to the tip so that they can stop working against us and they can now start working for us. Because I told you, these 14 spiritual laws, whether you know about them or not, they will still give you results. And because most people do not know about them, now they usually reap negative results from these 14 spiritual laws. Because they have been given the dominion to manage our lives, to govern our life by the divine. So it's up to you to learn about the spiritual laws so that you can work with them and they can stop working against you. And now I want to give you a story, because I am a storyteller, so that you can understand how karma works. It's called the law of cause and effect. Because whatever energy you send out, if it's negative energies, the law of karma, of cause and effect, will always catch up with you, and it will serve you whatever you served out. And if the energy you emitted, if it was positive, the law of compensation, it will always come back to you, and God will reward you. So whenever you're doing anything good, even if men won't reward you, don't worry. You continue doing good, because at the right time, God himself, the divine himself, will come and compensate you because of the law of compensation. So you see, so don't you dare look who is seeing whatever good deed you are doing. Don't worry, because the divine God is always seeing and he's always keeping tab, and at the right time you will reap whatever you sowed, and now you will reap good karmas for your good actions. So always know, even if nobody rewards you, God himself, he's the rewarder of men, and he will always remember your good deeds, and he will always come to reward you. So don't you ever stop doing good, because at the right time you will get your reward. So let's start. Let me give you a story. There's a friend of mine called Sylvia. Sylvia is a lawyer. Now Sylvia had dealt with another case for 8 years. You can imagine, 8 years. And now this case was brought to Sylvia because the other lawyer who was handling it found the case to be unbearable because this case is full of obstacles. This case is about a girl called Alice. Now, Alice, when she was 3 years old, she was traveling with her parents and her brother to their village. But now the problem is they got an accident. And now the mother, father, and brother, they didn't even get a scratch. But I'm telling you, Alice was broken everywhere. Her hands were broken, her legs were broken, her face was dismantled. I don't know what happened. It's like a grass fell on her because her face is cut all over. You see, her face is disfigured. Alice has so many complications. Now you see, now her case was taken to court so that Alice can be paid by the insurance. But I'm telling you, her case has been in court for more than 18 years. But Alice has never got any compensation. Now when this case went to Sylvia, because Sylvia understands how the spiritual laws works. And Sylvia always follows me on my YouTube channel. Now Sylvia said, why am I stressing myself this much? And I know Carol will always get solutions, spiritual solutions to my problems. Now Sylvia called me. I told Sylvia, let's meet so that we can talk about this case. And we met. Now Sylvia updated me about the Alice case. And now, and she showed me some photos of Alice. I'm telling you, I really felt sorry for Alice. She has really suffered. When the accident happened, Alice was 3 years old, just 3 years old. And now Alice is 25 years old. And you can see, she has never been compensated. She's always going to lawyers. She's always changing lawyers after lawyers. She's not getting any solutions. But now, I told Sylvia, don't you worry, because now we know how karma works. Let's check Alice's birth chart so that we can discern whatever is working behind the scene and we can get a breakthrough from the spiritual realm. So I asked Sylvia, do you have Alice's date of birth, month of birth, and the year of birth? And she gave me. So I told her, just give me an hour so that I can analyze whatever is eating Alice and whatever is bringing all these obstacles in her case. Because Alice has really suffered. Even her parents, they have really suffered because of Alice. And now, because we are all humans, we need to try our best to solve other people's problems. If they cannot solve the problems themselves, let's be our brother's keeper and help people solve other people's solve their problems. So I went ahead and read Alice's birth chart. Now, to my surprise, we have a point in our birth chart called Lilith. Lilith is not a planet. Lilith is a point, and Lilith has our hidden potentials, our hidden sufferings. Now, I also took the date that the accident happened in Alice's case. So now I combined her natal chart, her first birth chart when she came to this physical realm, and her transit chart when the accident happened, and I tried to connect the dot from the two charts. Now what I found is, in her Lilith history, in her birth chart, it is written that Alice, in her previous lifetimes, remember I told you, we are souls on a journey, and we always pay. Because of the energy we send out, always comes back to us with the same measure. Even if it won't come back in this lifetime, it will always come back in the next lifetime that you will come to this physical realm to work out. So now Alice, her predicament came from her previous life, on the other lifetime that she was living. And I could see in her birth chart that now, before Alice came back to finish her karmas, her soul lessons, in her previous lifetime, Alice was a very senior, that time she was a man. She was a very senior officer in the army. And Alice was very selfish and she was very cruel. So you see, now those are the energies she emitted. And now those energies are coming back to her in this lifetime. So you can imagine. That's why I told you, Earth is a school of souls. We came here to learn our lessons and work out our karmas and work out our soul burdens. Now Alice is working her karmas of her previous lifetime in this present life. And I'm telling you, this karmas has really made her life a living hell. From the age of 3, when she got into her accident, Because now Alice cannot talk. Her mouth was disfigured. Alice cannot move. She cannot walk. Her legs were shattered. Alice cannot move. Her hands, they are somehow weak. You see, Alice has so many complications. She's always in hospitals. So you see, because of her previous life karmas, which followed her in this lifetime, and now she's supposed to work those karmas out, but now she does not know how. Now when she took her parents took her cases to the courts, now her lawyers are just meeting obstacles after obstacles, because now when she's compensated, she'll be able to at least ease her life, because now she can have surgeries which will try to make her life easier in this physical realm. Now you see, I read the Lilith point in her birth chart. Now, because Alice sent negative energies in her previous lives, when she was on power, she had authority. So now Alice always got her way. Alice never cared about other people's feelings. So you see, she always got her way, and she always manipulated her way to get whatever she wanted. So you see, Alice was very hostile and she was very cruel in her previous life. And now you see the energy you emit comes back to you with the same measure, sooner or later. Now you see, Alice did not pay her karmas in her previous life. Now she came back in this physical realm to pay her karmas in this life. Now you can see the way Alice has suffered because of her karmas. They followed her. Because Earth is a school. You cannot skip a class, but you can repeat a class as many times as possible. Now Alice has really suffered. Now I tried to analyze her chart. Now, to my surprise, on the day of the accident, Mars is the ruler of accidents. Mars and Uranus. Uranus is the ruler of sudden events, and Mars is the ruler of accidents and sharp objects. Now you see, now that day she was traveling to the village with her parents. Her Mars and her Venus were conjunct. You see, in the 8th house. And you know 8th house is the house of karmas. And 8th house is a very hard house to maneuver. If you have hard karmas to maneuver, I'm telling you, the 8th house will give you a run for your money. And also now, this planet of Mars and Uranus. Uranus for sudden events and Mars for accidents. They were there. Now that is why Alice caught up with her karmas. And she was served whatever she served out. And that's why Alice has been suffering in this physical realm, in this present moment. Now you see, we got her answers to Alice's problem from her previous lifetimes. And now those karmas, they came with her to this present lifetime. And they are the ones causing all the suffering in her life. So I told Sylvia, now what we'll do, let me give you Lilith sound healing frequency, so that you can give Alice this frequency, so that she can listen to these frequencies of Lilith, so that she can heal her Lilith. Because this Lilith is the one causing all her hardships, all her obstacles in this lifetime. She has really suffered. Oh poor girl, she has really suffered. Now, I downloaded we looked for a Lilith frequency, sound healing frequency for Lilith, and we downloaded it, and I instructed Sylvia how Alice will listen to her Lilith frequencies, so that she can heal her Lilith. And Alice was very cooperative. In fact, after 6 months, I volunteered myself to take Sylvia so that we can go and see Alice and see how she's doing. In fact, Alice was doing better. Even now, Sylvia started seeing breakthroughs in her cases. Now, to make a long story short, after 3 years of Alice listening to these Lilith frequencies, healing frequencies, Sylvia was able to win her case. And I am telling you, Alice was compensated and she was paid good money. And Alice was taken to abroad, to the US, by her parents, so that she can go. And for now, she has done 5 surgeries for her hands. And also they have done some plastic surgeries on her face. They have aligned her face, because her face was so dismantled by the accident. Now if you see her, oh my goodness, she looks so pretty. They have done good work on her. And now she can be able to move her hands because of the surgeries. And now she can be able to move her legs slowly by slowly, baby steps. You see, now you can see she's working out her karmas. She's healing her Lilith. The Lilith that was bringing havoc in her present life. Now she's working out her karmas. And I also gave her this prayer called Ho'oponopono prayer. Is a prayer for forgiveness. Is an ancient prayer from from Hawaii. When you say this prayer, you will heal all your negative karmas. Now Alice combined Ho'oponopono prayers and the Lilith healing frequencies, because now all her predicaments was coming from Lilith point in her birth chart. Now you see, we got all the answers to Alice's questions in her birth chart. So I combined her natal birth chart when the first day she came to this physical realm, and her transit birth chart when the accident happened, and we got answers to her questions. And this helped Sylvia to win her cases, and Alice was compensated. And now Alice used her money, the one she was paid by the insurance, to go to the US to do her surgeries. Her mother accompanied her to the US, and I'm telling you, Alice sent me her photos, and I'm telling you now, Alice is so happy. She even has regained her confidence because now she can smile. Alice is so happy, and she's so thankful to me and Sylvia for saving her life. And now we told her, now from today, be very careful with the energy you emit, because sooner or later they will always come back to you with the same measure. Now you can see how the law of cause and effect work, and also how the law of compensation works. So always be careful with the energy you emit, because it will always come back to you with the same measure. Now you see, now because Alice was ready to work with me and Sylvia, we helped her to navigate with ease in this physical realm, because the girl has really suffered for those 25 years. From the age of 3 up to the age of 25. I think now Alice is 30. But at least now Alice can be able to smile. Alice can be able to do smaller duties for herself, and Alice can even clothe herself. In fact, it was so serious, Alice could not even clothe herself. Her mother had to come to help her, or her caregiver had to come to help her. Even it was so serious that Alice had to be fed with a spoon, because her legs, her hands could not move. But now baby steps. Now these days her hands can move, her legs can move, even her mouth can move easily, and she can be able to coordinate her facial faculties. She can be able to coordinate her muscles, because we healed her problems from the roots. We went to the root cause of her problems. You see, we handled her case from the root cause, which was causing havoc in her present life, and that was her previous life before she came to this physical realm. Now you can see, if you don't work out, if you don't work with your soul, I'm telling you, your soul will bring to you hard lessons that will create havoc in your life. So it's up to you to merge your physical self and your spiritual self, so that they can work together. They can be in balance. They can be in equilibrium, so that they can stop working for you, and your soul can stop giving you hard lessons that will give you headache. For you to work them out in this physical realm. So be very careful with the energy you emit, because now you have known the energy you emit will always come back to you with the same measure. So you see, I hope this story, you have learned something from this story of Alice. So now you can become a deliberate creator, and you can also become a co-creator with God, using the law of the mirror principle. Because now you have known that the energy you emit comes back to you with the same measure. And you also know that whatever goes around comes around. Even if you won't be compensated now, you will be compensated in another life. Even if you won't pay your karmas now, you will pay them in another life. Because Earth is a school for souls. And you can never skip a class, but you can repeat a class as many lifetimes as possible. So you see, that is why it's good for you to become a truth seeker, so that you can work your problems from the root cause. Now you can see, because we went to the root cause of Alice's problem, we were able to solve her problems. And now at least she can live a beautiful life. She can progress as a soul, because she was stuck at her comfort zone, because she didn't know what was happening to her. And all the cause, all the root of her problems came from her previous lifetime, when she was a commander in the army. And she was ruthless. She was selfish. She did so many negative things. She sent out negative energies. And now those energies are coming back to her in this lifetime with the same measure. And they have really caused her so many problems. But now that is behind her back, because she worked with us and we were able to get her breakthrough. And now Alice has a buhaha moment in her life. You see, because she was compensated well. And now she can live a comfortable life without stressing her parents, and also without stressing herself. She can be able now to maneuver in this lifetime. The day she will come back from the US, I'll look for her and see whether she will accept to come to my YouTube channel, so that she can give you her testimony, because her testimony is very overwhelming. I really loved her testimony, because she was ready to work with us, and now she was ready to listen to what we have to say, that we usually incarnate. You see, if you don't work out your soul karmas in this lifetime, you'll have to come back in this physical realm to work them, and to clear your soul karmas and your soul burdens. You see, your soul abandonment issues in another lifetime. So you see, you will have to come back to finish whatever you didn't finish in another lifetime. So you see, I hope this story, you have learned something from this story, and it has taught you something. It has given you some nuggets of wisdom, so that now you can navigate with ease in this lifetime as a powerful soul as you are. And you can always take good care of your energies, because now you have known the energy you emit comes back to you with the same measure. So that is all for today. Sending you all lots of love and light. And remember, subscribe to my channel today, so that you won't miss any video when I upload. And also comment, like, and share, so that we can build our community together, and we can enlighten so many souls, so that we can all move to 5D consciousness. So until next time, see you when you see me. Ciao.